Dallas 911, what is your emergency?
Imagine your life is in danger. There's a killer in your house. You call 911 pleading for help.
Okay, what's your address?
Your only chance of survival is in the hands of the 911 operator on the other side of the line.
Hello?
You're praying that the police will arrive in time to save you. But as the minutes tick, your life slips away and no one comes.
Hello, ma'am. Do you need police, fire, ambulance?
In the end, your 17-minute 911 call becomes evidence of your murder. Sadly, this is not just a story. It's a true story. It's Deanna Cook's story.
Deanna Cook.
Deanna Cook.
Deanna Cook.
Deanna Cook.
Deanna Cook.
Deanna Cook was trapped in a cycle of domestic violence that led to her murder in August 2012.
Yeah, and this case actually changes the way that Dallas handles 911 domestic violence calls.
Did a 911 operator in Dallas listen to a woman fight for her life over the telephone and fail to help her?
We just deserve more answers than what we're getting.
The alleged attacker, DeVecchio Patrick, saying he's going to kill her. The family says on Sunday they called 911 again.
Some haunting 911 calls.
Because water was pouring out of Cook's home and all the doors were locked. They wanted an officer to check the house.
Dallas 911, what's your emergency?
My daughter has been missing since Friday.
How old is your daughter?
She is 32.
The lady said, well, before we can send an officer out to check, you need to call the hospitals, and I think she said the jails.
Okay, have you called all the jails and hospitals?
I know I have not. I'm at her house.
Okay, let me give you the number to the jail and hospital. Once you check Parkland and Lews Ferry, if she's not there, you call us back.
Ma'am, can you just send the police over here?
No, ma'am, you have to do this first.
When Carlita kicked the door in, the smell hit her and she just turned and ran. And I went in.
It stinks in here. Oh, my God. It's so stinky in here. Can you please send somebody?
Ma'am, go ahead. Let me know what you're looking at.
And I looked to my left and I saw like a shadow. A shadow behind the curtain.
Oh, my God.
What is it?
And I started screaming.
Did you find her?
It was her. And the water was still running. The water was still running. And I just said, he killed her. He said he was going to do it. And he did it. He did it.
We simply cannot broadcast for you most of Deanna Cook's 911 call. Simply too graphic, too disturbing.
Dallas 911, what is your emergency? Okay, what's your address? Hello? Do you need police, fire, ambulance? I need an address. Hello? You need police, fire, ambulance? I need an address.
We're police. I'm not doing nothing to you. We're police. No!
People are going to hear that tape and go, are you kidding me? How on earth did the sirens not go blaring to her house?
26 minutes went by before officers finally started heading toward Deanna's house. And still no urgency, no lights or sirens. On the way, according to the officers, they stopped at 7-Eleven to buy water.
What in their mind made them think that it was okay to stop and get something to drink for a domestic violence call, period?
Nearly an hour after Deanna called 911, 2 female officers arrived at her home on Crimson Court. No one answered the door. They left within 5 minutes.
They didn't check nothing. They didn't look nowhere. They just left.
That's not right.
We want this to not happen to any other family. We want to educate my nieces and other young women on what a healthy relationship is.
We want the city to answer. We want the system to be fixed. That's what we want out of this. We want this to never happen to anybody again.
Who failed Deanna Cook?
I think we all failed Deanna Cook.
This film is important because Deanna's story is not just about how she died. It's also about how she lived and about the failures of the 911 emergency response system. It's also a powerful narrative about a woman's struggle through domestic violence, mental illness, and substance abuse. Deanna's story demonstrates the intimate perspective of what some women face every day. Nearly 20 people per minute are victims of domestic violence in the United States. 85% of them are women. Please help us tell this critical story by pledging as much or as little as you can to this campaign. Share our campaign. Help us tell Deanna's story. Whatever you can donate will go a long way. As a filmmaker, I've never been more passionate about a story, especially after meeting Deanna's mother, Miss Vicky Cook, her 3 sisters, Carlitha, Valicia, and Davia, and her 2 daughters, Nesia and Anaya. They are truly phenomenal women who loved Deanna dearly, and I am honored that they've allowed me to tell Deanna's story. Deanna's story will touch the souls of all those who have the opportunity to see it. This story is timely and important, not just for Deanna and her family, but for the countless others that are victims of domestic violence and the failures of the justice system. This is more than just a movie. It's about awareness. It's about Deanna's voice.